Alrighty. We are live right now, and one of the biggest things, let me just turn off the microphone so you don't hear an echo. So I'm reading a book, Stress for Success, very old school, talking about the 80s, the 90s, beepers, a cell phone in a car, a Walkman while people are walking around. Okay, so you guys probably don't know about that because you're too young, but a Walkman was before the iPod. Cell phones in a car were before cell phones. And this guy's talking about how all of this stuff is just bombarding them. This is the early 90s, okay? This book is quite possibly one of the better books on stress. And I've read Kelly McGonigal's book, which is great. It's fantastic. And essentially it talks about willpower instinct. It talks about stress. It talks about essentially why willpower is a thing. You know, some people say willpower is not a thing. You know, I know myself, everything that's good gets done in the morning that I need to get done. Talking about stress, okay, most people think it's bad. Stress isn't bad, okay? And as I'm about to say, the two things that literally life boils down to, okay? Stress isn't that bad, okay? Distress is bad. So essentially, I can give you a ton of stress, which is the game-winning shot, you are now having a baby, you're getting a promotion, you're now gonna speak on stage, you are now in charge of a bigger division at work, whatever the case is, okay? That's good because that actually stresses your life. The thing is how you actually react to that in your life. And I'll actually bring this up, is that I don't know where this study was, but they said that the countries that are stressed the most, in other words, stress is good, okay? The thing is, if it's continuous stress, okay? So if you look back at the ancestry of us, we went through periods of, oh my God, I'm about to die, to nothing for hours. And then we never even thought about it, okay? Maybe it was in the back of our mind, wow, that was a crazy, almost attacked by a lion back in the day. We have to think of ourselves as animals because we are, okay? And then way before that, we have something right back here that essentially says, I'm gonna beat your heart, I'm gonna pump blood through your system, I'm gonna repair damaged cells, I'm gonna break down muscle and build up muscle. There's things that are going on, millions of operations that are happening right now. The problem is what we think of, we say that our life continuously has to be stressed out, or we have to, it's really just understanding that stress is good because it helped us survive. We wouldn't be here without it. The problem is we then take that stress and then we compound it all day long. And then we just carry it with us and it just drips into our system. It drips into our system. If you go to Seligman, who had the learned helplessness, and then you had the rat back in the day that would get shocked, and then you would hit a lever. This is the thing. This is the most powerful thing. So obviously people talk about inhumane or whatever on this study. This is the thing, is that learned helplessness means, obviously, as pretty much what it says, is that you learn to be helpless because you can't get out of the situation. So when stress happens, you actually stop making calls, saying I love you, you know, maybe stop leading, whatever the case is. When stress happens, you see no clear path to relieving yourself from it, so you just sit there and you just accept what is. It's that guy that I was talking about 2 days ago or 3 days ago that at the gym, he has accepted his life the way it is. On Tuesday, he said, and I looked at him at the gym and he just said, you know what? I'm just not happy because Friday is so far away. And I said, dude, yeah, but it's Tuesday. Yeah, but Friday is so far away. He is in learned helplessness. The other rat race, obviously, the other rat hit the lever and then he relieved himself and there's no more shocks, okay? And I'm not saying, obviously, that's good or bad. I'm not talking about the actual experiment. I'm looking at the conclusion of these rats, which, by the way, like I said, is back here. So the rat that said, here's stress into my life. Oh, I can turn this lever and relieve the stress. Oh, I can actually understand that I'm stressed out at work, in a relationship, whatever the case is, in my body, and then I have a way out, okay? So essentially, that rat, us humans, came to the conclusion, I can help myself. That's the response. The other rat said, I can't help myself. The exact same thing happened. There was a shock. One rat said, you know what, I can't help myself. The other rat said, I can help myself. Boop, end the shocking, okay? End the stress in my life of a bankruptcy, bad relationship, something happened to a family member, okay, work. Okay, so essentially, these are the two things. So this is the book that I'm reading, Stress for Success. All right, so let me just read this to you. The great historian once said, and then after I read this, I just said, oh, okay, let me just meditate on this for a second and go deep into this thought. The great historian Arnold Toynbee, hopefully I'm saying his name right, once said that all of history, and I'll tell you why, can be summarized in two words, challenge and response. Challenge and response. Back in the day, all of history, a warring tribe goes to the other tribe and they attack that tribe, okay? There's the challenge, okay? By both, it could be a response of, we're gonna defend ourselves, or they win the battle and then the response is to retaliate, okay? Challenge, we have a disease, okay? What's the response? We could find something that actually maybe cures it, or we say, don't go near that bush. Challenge, we need water, okay? Water sitting still, the response is water sitting still is probably not good because Fred is taking diarrhea shits in the corner, or running water is probably better from not the ocean, but actually from a stream, okay? So if you fast forward that to today, all of history, so in other words, tribes that are warring, your neighbor who wants to kill you back in the day, because there were no countries, there were only tribes of 50 to 150 people, and they survived. That was it, okay? There's a challenge and there's a response. The challenge is there's a lion chasing after a gazelle. The response is run like hell. What is that today? The challenge is I don't have enough money. I want a better life. She said, I love you. She said, I want to leave you. Your body or your doctor is telling you, listen, you need to get into shape. Or I'm unhappy. Why am I tired? Why am I always fatigued? Why are my teeth yellow? Why do I have zits? Why? That's the challenge. Challenge, by the way, challenge. Let's put it in context, okay? Challenge, what? You know what? She said, I don't love you anymore. I want to leave you. Challenge, okay? Back in the day, it was life and death. Life and death. So when you put it into context, your ancestors would die to live the life we're living right now. Die to live the life we're living right now. So what's your response? Are you the rat that says, I can't help myself? Or are you the rat that says, I can help myself? You have a challenge. What is your response? There's going to always be a challenge, moment to moment to moment. Arete. Look up the meaning. It's living in the best version of yourself, okay? That's what the Greeks said. The Greeks said it's living into the challenge is living into the best version of yourself. They would say, I go 1 mile, I want our goal to be 2 miles ahead. It's not a destination. It's just a point that you're aiming at every single day. In here, he talks about rituals. Within rituals, he says that most people, they don't like, and he actually doesn't say it, he probably will. He's giving context of a couple people, an FBI agent who was infiltrating the mob. He also talked about a fireman who was obviously challenged with fires and pulling people out of fires that are dead. What's your response to it? Do you quit your job? Do you keep on going? Blah, blah, blah. Which is terrible. You know, I wouldn't be able to do that. However, this is the thing, is that most people don't want to have a ritual. Because the challenge is, I want a better body, okay? The ritual is, go to the gym. The thing is, most people want to be entertained. They want a good gym class, they want a good gym teacher, they want good music, they want good actual workouts while they're doing it. They want to be entertained. They want to switch it up. They don't like that they have to always make calls. They always have to go to the gym. They always have to eat well. They always have to. Listen, There is no meaning in life except the meaning that we put on things. Put on relationships, put on the day, put on your passion, put on a Friday or a Tuesday. When I say those words, Friday, Tuesday, what comes to mind? When I say bankrupt, money, wealth, when I say prospecting, business, life, you put the meaning on that. You create the context. So I am saying it, which could be a challenge. What's your response? Okay? And as they say in the book, it all comes down to rituals. Okay? Everyone's been saying that. It comes down to the protocol, comes down to the process, comes down to the systems. In this book, he calls it the rituals. Rituals. We have Mother's Day, we have Father's Day, we have New Year's, we have Christmas, we have July 4th, we have Memorial Day. Wherever you are, there's a ritual of holidays. There's a ritual of birthdays and anniversaries and weddings. There's rituals. Okay? The thing is, we need to have a daily ritual that is, and as they talk about the two people, the one FBI informant, he would fly from Oregon all the way to New York every single week for 2 years, and he had a family out there in Oregon, in New York, to infiltrate the mob, okay? He talked about in the book his rituals. We need rituals, okay? Because there's gonna be challenges every single day, and if you don't actually control the controllable, which is the time you wake up, the time you go to the gym, what you're thinking, what you eat, how often you make calls, if you don't control that, all the things that come into your life, which is a bad marketplace, a client that cancels a deal, a client that says, I'm not moving forward anymore, or you get fired, or someone leaves you, those things could be completely out of your control, okay? You could either blame them or say, okay, what led up to this? What were my rituals leading up to this? Why do I have a bad body? Easiest way. I go to the gym. I see people there every single day. They have the exact same body. I actually know someone that gained weight, and I see them there every single day. Dude, what are you doing not from 7 to 8 a.m. when you're at the gym, but what are you doing from 8 a.m. to 7 a.m.? In other words, you're at the gym from here, but what about from here all the way back to the gym? What are you doing? You sitting down all day? What are you eating? How are you breathing? Are you meditating? Are you stressed? Distressed? Two things life comes down to. Challenges, all the time. What is your response? It's really what it comes down to. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Highly recommend the book. I see that there are no comments. Thanks guys for engaging in the content. Just kidding. All right, so I would say that for me, this is the last thing I'll actually say, is that I've learned to love the monotonous. The monotonous, which is going to the gym, waking up, eating the same thing, doing maybe the same exercises every single day, making calls every single day, because what is the alternative? What is the alternative? I switch it up, which my body doesn't like on different times of going to bed and waking up. I switch up what I eat, so that means I rot my teeth, I rot my body, I probably get pimples, I slow down, I have less energy, I have more fatigue. Okay, my mood changes because my gut is used to clean, raw, good food, okay? And then what's the alternative to prospecting or saving money? You know, like what's the alternative? That's really what it comes down to. I talked to another girl yesterday, former client, and she's leaving work. She's going on a hiatus. And I talked to another girl who she's not done, but she's an Instagram influencer, okay? And she's like, I'm just burnt out, okay? This is the thing with burnout. I heard it from Grant Cardone. It happens to guys and girls. These are the only two people that I talk to, okay? So don't worry about your little gender Olympics that you're talking about right now. When you're burnt out, as Grant Cardone once said, is that your purpose, your purpose is so far in front of you that, or your passion or your goal is so far in front of you that it just seems unachievable. Learned helplessness. What's your response to the challenge? Okay? The other is that you have no passion, you have no aim, you have no goals, you have no guiding light. You're like, why am I even doing this? Which was the first girl. She said, why am I even going to this job? Which I agreed with her. The second one, which said, and the reason she got into it is because someone very close to her passed away, and she essentially just got into health and influencing and everything else for the greatest reason ever. but she's lost her passion. She's stressed out about it. Once you use the words burned out, it's been happening for months. It's not overnight, okay? If you lost your purpose or you lost your way, okay, that's not overnight. That happens over just small, little drips. 1% worse, 1% worse, 1% worse. Instead of 1% better. Uh-oh, plateau, 1% better. Plateau, oh, we went down a little bit, plateau, and then up. All right, so that's it for this video. Needed to tell you that because just see everything as an obstacle. Obstacles make me stronger. Ohms, okay, as Brian Johnson has said. Someone actually brought that up. Anytime I see an obstacle, or anytime I'm really tired at the gym, and there's another round of push-ups, or sit-ups, or squats, or jump squats, or whatever the burpees, whatever the case is, I say, ohms, obstacles make me stronger. And I say that. It's an obstacle or a challenge. What's your response? Do you go and you complain about it? Do you go and you stop doing it? Do you half-ass it? Do you just try and get through the workout? Are you not sweating? It's really not hard. You know, it just comes down to making the right choice when you don't feel like making that right choice. Because guess what? Motivation is crap. Motivation is garbage. Whoever relies on motivation is fucked. They're fucked because they're not, you're motivated, I'm motivated maybe one month or 1 day a month to go to the gym. The other times, I'm waking up at 4:30. You think I'm motivated to wake up at 4:30 and go to the gym? But once I'm at the gym, I'm motivated. And that's all I have to do is just get to the gym. That's it. And I haven't missed a workout, geez, now in months. And I could tell you my life is a lot better. My scheduling is a lot better. My social life sucks right now. There's nothing to, you know, call it how it is. I'm going to ask my coach today and be like, dude, what's going on? She's a girl, but like, dude, is this what you're... Is this most triathletes? Do they just not have a social life? I was supposed to hang out with this girl last night, and then I was like, you know what? I had to wake up and do my workout in the morning instead of meet you at the gym and do the workout together. So I'm sorry. Prioritize sleep. So all right, guys, have an amazing day. There you go. We got some comments. Absolutely no meaning. Make meaning of it. Yeah. Once you actually understand that, not in the nihilistic version, nihilism means there's no meaning to life at all. There's nothing, okay? Sorry to disappoint you. You do not have any meaning. If the world ended today, literally no more world, okay? Nothing, nobody would care. Like, in other words, the universe doesn't care. And by the universe, I don't mean like, say, you know, the law, the secret, or whatever the hell that's, I do not believe in the secret, okay? I believe that if you put yourself in the right situation with the law of attraction, it's all right, but way too many people believe in that without actually taking the action. They feel, because they're visualizing, because they're affirming, because they're journaling, that that's enough. But I know way too many people that follow Tony Robbins and that follow Brian Tracy and all those other people, and they're not taking action. They're just sitting there visualizing, just getting older and older and older, and frustrated and frustrated and frustrated. They're paying more and more money to try and get the secret, which is action. The last 5 letters of attraction is action. And let's just go back to meaning. So what do I mean by that? Nihilism means that, fuck it. World means nothing, doesn't matter what I do here, and you just live life either hedonistically, which means in the moment, I don't care about the future, I'm gonna overindulge in food and alcohol, or you can look at it the other way, which is the Elon Musk way. What an adventure would it be if I got on a rocket ship and I just explored space? That's literally what he said one time. He's like, the reason I'm doing this is because, and he knows, he is such a, just, I hope he writes a book. Please, Elon, write a book. Because he said in an interview, I think he was in Dubai, and he literally said, what an adventure it would be to get in a rocket ship and go to space and just explore. Jeff Bezos has also talked about it. Like stasis. He talks about it as stasis. He hates stasis. Stasis essentially means you're this for your whole life. But really, nature doesn't do this. Nature does this. okay? So if you're doing this, you're really doing that, okay? So you always have to be getting better. So the meaning you put on everything, I say Donald Trump, what do you think? I say your boss, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. I say Whole Foods, what do you think? I say wealth, what do you think? Exercise, waking up early, law of attraction. You have a meaning to every single one of those. Every single one of those. So really, it's not the word, it's the meaning. I could have said blackjack, and you would have been like, wait, what, huh? I don't understand that. Well, because there's no meaning to that. You put the meaning on waking up early, not waking up early, going to work, not going to work. So it's your response to the challenge. And the challenge is, what is the word that I just said? Waking up early, eating well. You guys understand. You put the meaning to everything. That's it. That's it. Prospecting, rejection, asking for business, asking a girl out. A girl says no. I'm not good at it either, you know, except I don't even want to say that because that's obviously psycho-cybernetics, how you talk to yourself, you know. So I always say now, so I fill out in the morning, I have it on my computer to my left right here, and it's a form, and maybe I'll show you guys one day, but it actually says needs improvement. So I have good, what I did good today, you know, woke up, trained, so I just remind myself, give myself props. And then the second one is needs improvement. I don't say bad, I say needs improvement. Okay, this needs improvement, okay? So, all right guys, I'm done. Nope, life has no meaning and purpose. That's literally purpose, James Bond. That's to me, which is beautiful. Yeah, honestly, yeah, and I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm fine that life has no meaning. Why? Because that just relieves all the stress from actually trying to pursue more followers, more likes, more comments, more clout, more money, better girlfriends, better looking girlfriends, better job, whatever the case is, okay? Because if you put meaning to everything, you put meaning to life, to happiness, to gratitude, and you just live in that way, and you live the best version of yourself, as the Greeks said, arete, that's your meaning. So smile, have a good day, which is one of the things I need to do more often. That needs improvement, is that when I train 14 hours a week, 15 hours a week, and which is a full-time job, and listen, I'm not complaining about it. I just need to say, okay, I need to fuel right, I need to sleep right, I need to recover correctly, I need to stretch properly, I need to make my calls, I need to do a lot of things, all right? So, all right, this is way too long. You guys are probably bored. Anyway, leave your comments below. Have an amazing